If you're after a new set of earphones to listen to music, Bluetooth, well, this is maybe something you may want to consider. This is the Nank Clip Pros, and this is what they look like. This is what they call an open ear design, and check it out. It's made out of silicone. The open ear design is like this, where it doesn't sit right deep inside of your ear canal, so it doesn't get dirty, goopy from earwax. Very easy to clean. Looks pretty cool. In this video, I will take a close look at this and I'll show you the pros, and there are a few cons, but overall, for a set of earphones that will cost you about 61 Australian dollars, not a bad deal at all. Let's check it out. If you're interested in this, check out the link I'm leaving for you in the description of this video. My name is John, and this is Gel Reviews. Please subscribe. First and foremost, let's just take a look at the case that it comes in. I think this comes in two different colors. I have the beige color, and I think it also comes in black. Up on the front, you will see some lights here. When you charge this using USB-C cable, when you plug it in, then it will start to go through a charging process, and it will show you that it is charging up, and it's on its third light now and very close to full. So this is just a little bit below full capacity. In terms of battery life, well, you can expect 8 hours of use, but the case itself has 24 hours worth of charge in it. So when this runs flat, chuck it in. So all in all, that's 32 hours of total usage with the case. That's not bad runtime at all. 32 hours total with this whole kit and caboodle. Charging time on this was very rapid. I think it's just over an hour or something like that. It charges up really quick smart. Now, just looking at the actual earbud itself, it's extremely lightweight. Like this is, I think it's only 5.1 grams. As you can see, it's got two little points of contact there. So when you place it into your charge case, each one goes onto their respective sides. It starts charging up straight up. Let's just talk about the design. Like this is pretty unique in that it is a clip-on design, and I want to just compare this just to some other earbuds that I have. This is a Sony WF-C 500s. You can see the difference. There's so many different styles of earbuds out there, but just to compare, this style will go straight down deep into your ear canal, whereas you compare it to the Nank clip-ons, and this clips over your ear. So it is a uniquely different style compared to your generic earbuds. Has both pros and cons because of its design. Now the clip-on design, I think it actually does work pretty good. I have used this for outside activities, exercises, walks, some runs, and I've even tried it cycling. So a little bit more fast-paced speeds. You know, it does stay upon your ear nicely. It fits inside of your initial ear canal nice. It doesn't jam straight in there. So yeah, it does sit on there securely, and I never thought that it was actually going to fall off. So yeah, that design actually does work. Now, I think the benefit of having this style, and they call it an open ear design, is that unlike these style of earbuds, these go down nice and deep, but the problem is often sweat and earwax will get congested up into the end of these earbuds, whereas you won't experience that problem with this. No problem with any wax going on the outside there. It's an IPX5 water resistance rating, so it's not waterproof, but it resists sweat. But realistically, it does not really have a problem with that because it's not being jammed down deep into your ear canal. Open ear design, you're meant to be able to hear a little bit more of your surroundings, a bit more better than this style of earbud. This one will totally block out a lot of noise, and they say with this one, they kind of plug it like this, that you can still be situationally aware of your surroundings. Now realistically, when I was putting this in my ear and playing it, I was listening to the music. It does not allow so much situational awareness, I think. I think it's very similar like this in that your ears will not be able to just hear outside noise. I don't think that it works as well as what they're saying, that you can hear traffic and vehicles and so forth. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think they're very similar. You got a lot of noise going into your ear canal. You know, I was just outside using this and someone was trying to speak to me. I certainly couldn't hear what they were saying as I was playing music through this. Let me just cover off on what I think is probably the most important part of any review video that speaks about headphones and Bluetooth audio devices, and that is, what is the sound quality like? I have to say, I was skeptical at first when I got this until I started using it, and then I can say that the audio quality, surprisingly for 61 Australian dollars, is surprisingly good. They promoted that you have an immersive 360-degree stereo sound. Well, what does that mean? I don't really know, but it certainly listens to sound very similar like this. Like you can hear the bass, you can hear the upper ends. Now, don't think that this has a deep, deep bass in it, but I certainly could hear the bass, you know, very happily for 61 Australian dollars. It certainly, I think, was pretty cool. They say that this has active noise cancelling, that it's AI based. Now, in all honesty, I really can't comment too much on the active noise cancelling. I really could not detect it too well personally as I was testing these out. Let me just talk about the microphones on here, because there's microphones on this. You can record audio recordings, you can speak through this when you're receiving telephone calls. Now, probably the best way for me to show you how it would sound when you are recording using the microphone built into here is like this. Okay, so I want to just give a demonstration of what you can expect the audio to sound like if you're trying to record audio via the Bluetooth microphone on these Nank earbuds. I'm using my phone at the moment, and I've simply got the audio setting to Bluetooth microphone capturing from here, and this is what you can expect it to sound like. I'll put my phone down just for a moment, and I'll step at a distance of around 2 meters away. This is what you can expect to hear. Capturing everything through the Nanks. I'll come in close now, get the phone. Once again, I'll just continue jibber-jabbering so you can get an accurate idea of what to expect if you're going to be recording through these microphones and the quality of the Bluetooth only setting. And now I've just adjusted the microphone settings to be captured through dual sources. So my phone is a Samsung S22, a little bit older phone, but it's got a mixture now of the phone microphone and the Bluetooth microphones upon the Nank earbuds. So this is what you can expect to hear if you're using the dual mix setting. I'm going to put my phone down and step away at a distance of around 2 meters. And this is what it will sound like if you're standing away, around 2 meters away from your phone and talking, capturing the microphone settings or the recordings via the Bluetooth upon the Nanks and also the mobile phone. Now let's get in on close, pick up the phone. Once again, I hope this is giving you an idea if you are using the mix between the phone audio microphone and the Nank microphone, which is Bluetooth. That mix audio setting will sound like this. So hopefully this gives you a good, accurate representation of what you can expect. Okay, so I hope that helped. Now let me just talk about the quality of phone call audio. I was very, very surprised when I was speaking to someone upon a phone call. It came across as surprisingly crystal clear. That's a big plus in my book for this. Like when I compare it to these Sonys, it really sounds terrible when I'm speaking to someone, both in me listening to them and them listening to me. However, when I was speaking to someone using these, their audio to me was crystal clear, and they said that my audio to them was crystal clear. So that is a big plus. Audio recordings, mobile phone conversations are heard very, very clearly using these clip-ons. So I think I've listed a couple of pros, a couple of things that I really do like about these clip-ons. Now I do want to list the cons. The two big things that stand out for me that I do not like about this. Number one, the way you tap this. So the way this works is you will tap it once, or you will tap it twice for it to perform some function. For example, maybe to pause, maybe to go up in volume, maybe to go down in volume. And I found that that was a little bit hit and miss. Probably I would say maybe 70% of the time it would work doing what you want it to do. But other times it was like, you know, you tap it and you hear a beep in your ear canal confirming that you've touched it. However, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. It didn't either go up in volume or just, I was hoping it would pause the music, the song. And so I tap it twice and then it just went beep and it didn't do anything. And so it's not to say that it didn't work. I did it again. I had to test how fast to tap it. And sometimes it was just a bit hit and miss. So I don't like that sort of touch design where you are tapping it to like answer a call or etc. I think it's better to have some sort of design where you're actually going to be pressing a button, sort of like on these, like that. I wish that this had something similar, not just a tap feature, which was hit and miss in my opinion. The second thing that I didn't like about this, and just keep this in mind, this is not really, in my experience, good for high speed type of activity. For example, if you are cycling. I do a lot of cycling and I like to listen to podcasts and music. And I found that when I put this on my ear, by virtue of it being an open ear design and it not sitting as deep in my ear canal as the Sony's, that all the wind was passing through and around here. When you're riding a bicycle, you know, a little bit of speed, that wind creates noise and therefore you cannot hear a podcast, you cannot hear the music. I did not like that aspect of the Nanks. Whereas when I am using something like this design, because it's going deep inside your ear canal, you have no such issue. You're hearing your music play amazingly. You're hearing everything. Whereas with this one, all I could hear was wind and I could barely make out the songs. So that was very frustrating. However, if you're not doing cycling or high speed type of movements, then for gym workouts, maybe for outdoor exercises, walks, things of that nature, this worked just fine. The sound was pretty dang amazing. I just didn't like it that I couldn't use it whilst cycling. That was a downer for me. So that is my thoughts upon the new Nank Clip Pros. Look, for $61, it is currently on special. Normally they promote it at $106, but I noticed at the time of recording this video, it's 61 Australian dollars. Look, I think it's pretty much worth it. No sweat, no earwax as an issue, just not that good for high speed type of activity. Otherwise, yeah, I do like it. I do recommend it. Yeah, hope this video helped you decide whether this product is for you. Check out more details about it in the link I'm leaving for you in the description of this video. Thank you so much for checking out this review.